Evans has announced that he is returning to fight at light heavyweight against Anthony Lionheart Smith. Is this the right fight for Rashad Evans? Now, if you look back at the last couple of fights that Rashad Evans has had, he's lost to Sam Alvey, he's lost to Dan Kelly, he got knocked out by Glover Teixeira. But if you look at some of the people that he's fought in the past and he's won, people like Chuck Liddell, I'll never forget that moment, beating people like Forrest Griffin. And yes, this was years ago. The big talk is he hasn't been pulling the trigger. I say it every time I watch him fight. He's not pulling the trigger. There's a nervousness inside of Rashad Evans. And he's said it on his last couple of interviews. He's really opened up about this. Which is why my reaction to this is a perfect fight for Rashad Evans. Before you jump down my throat and say this is an awful fight for Rashad Evans, he's going to get killed in this fight and then retire. Here's the thing. Hear me out here. You're wondering why he's going in there against people like Dan Kelly, people like Sam Alvey, where, Rashad, and we all know, there is a little danger there with Sam Alvey and stuff like that. But for the most part, Rashad Evans should be able to handle that. But he goes in there and he doesn't pull the trigger. Is it because he's not scared? Well, I think when he gets in there with Anthony Lionheart Smith, there's going to be some fear there. And that's going to help him pull the trigger in this fight and really break out of that shell. Because what makes you... It's going to be more of a fighting instinct. Where, if you look back at the fight with Chuck Liddell, there was a huge backing behind Chuck Liddell as a knockout artist. Say what you will about him, if he was or if he wasn't, but you could see in that fight that he had, if you watch when he knocked out Chuck Liddell was pushing forward and Rashad pulls the trigger and drops Rashad and drops Chuck Liddell. People like to say that you're only as good as your last fight. And you say what you will, Rashad Evans should have won the Dan Kelly fight. He should have won the Sam Alvey fight. The Dan Kelly fight was close. I actually scored that fight for Rashad. But he should be winning these fights. The Glover Teixeira knockout, that was hard to watch. But this would be a huge win for Rashad Evans to break out of that shell. Only time will tell what happens. But I want to hear what you guys have to think. I heard some of you guys on Twitter and my Instagram are saying that this is not the best fight for him. But I sat and I thought about this fight, and this might be the fight that really showcases what we love about Rashad Evans. And hopefully he'll be able to get it done. I mean, Lionheart, he's coming off a loss, let's not forget. I'm not saying that the blueprint has been made to beat him. I've interviewed him before in the past. He's a tough son of a bitch, but it's something that Rashad needs to pull the trigger, in my opinion. Let me know what your guys' opinion is on Twitter at evil_echo or on Instagram, Pure Evil MMA.